Okay, welcome while you join. If you join us, welcome. Share the video. Like the video for the algorithm to do the sharing as well. If you join, share the video, guys. There is very important issue that we want to talk about right now. Just few minutes to talk about it. That is very important. Just few minutes to talk about it. That is very important. Just few minutes to talk about it. Okay, I don't know if Facebook will enable this video to reach anyone, but we will try. We will try to see what's going on. But however it is, we need to continue. So, guys, it is very important that we understand that what is going on in Nigeria today, it is indespeakable. Things that are happening in Nigeria is indespeakable. We are hearing the clamor from the West about the killing of Christians in Nigeria. And this is the issue that we've been talking about in the last how many years? In the last decades, we've been talking about this issue of unaliving Christians in Nigeria and the issue of Nigeria being complicit with the fight against terrorism that we have seen. And we know very well that the ruling party is basically complicit, absolutely, in the fight against terrorism in Nigeria, because the ruling party or the party leaders, they have what it takes to actually destroy the terrorism or the menace of terrorist attacks in Nigeria, but they are not doing it because they are part and parcel of this attack, or they are benefiting from the attack on the people of Nigeria. So now, but most important thing, we're talking about the clamor in the United States and the recognition of the killing of Christians, which we've been calling for, which we've been reporting rather in the last 1 decade. So most important thing is that I'm going to talk about Tinubu's administration, because Tinubu decided to call the people who are agitating for freedom, he called them terrorists. That's what Tinubu did. He called us terrorists because we are agitating for freedom. But Tinubu himself, who is the leader of a political party that is recognized as a terrorist in Canada, nothing has happened. No one is saying anything about the APC being recognized as terrorists in Canada by Canadian government. So that one is different case. But now look at it. Tinubu, on his independence speech, he said that he is fighting to eliminate terrorism in Nigeria. He made mention Boko Haram. He made mention, I don't know which other one, but he made mention IPOP as the terrorist organization in Nigeria. This is the reason why I chose to talk about this issue of terrorism today again. It has been the topic of my topic of everyday, speech, but this time around, let me just speak about it on a live broadcast Let us actually remind Tinubu that this kind of worm that he has actually opened, it will affect everyone, because we are agitating for freedom. We are fighting for the freedom of our people since the emergence of APC. In 2015, we have experienced the menace of terrorist activities or attacks across Nigeria, and mostly those who are being attacked are Christians. Mostly those who have been attacked are Christian. I'm not saying that some Islamic people are not being attacked, because the people who are attacking them are the people who are basically fanatic, about what they believe in, and those are the people sponsored by APC government. They are sponsored by APC government. Think about it. APC government was given an opportunity to be in the position of leadership. Do you know why? Because they decided to actually choose Muslim ticket. Double Muslim ticket against, these are anti-Christians. Have you seen it? Because if they were not anti-Christians, they will not choose Muslim ticket. But because they do not like Christians, they chose Muslim ticket in order to be there in the position of leadership. And that's what they have done. And that is the same thing we've been crying for over the years, and no one paid attention to it. Because since it is an evidence that Muslim ticket suggests that there is anti-Christianity movement in Nigeria. That's exactly what's going on in Nigeria, because the government of the day, led by APC, is a terrorist government. That's why when you rise up to challenge the activities of the terrorists in Nigeria, you will be seen as a problem. That's why Nnamdi Kanu is still in a solitary confinement, because he rose up to defend his people, to defend his Christian community against the menace of terrorists activities in the eastern region by creating vigilante groups in order to checkmate our bushes, to make sure that there is no insurgency in our bushes. That is the reason why they had to take Nnamdi Kanu in a solitary confinement. They had to go against all odds in order to bring Nnamdi Kanu back home. But they are negotiating with terrorists in front of the media. The terrorists come to negotiation table with, armed to the tooth. Now we are not actually concerned about it, because we have Muslim ticket being issued to be your president. President Muslim, Vice President Muslim. Almost every members of the cabinet that are Yorubas are Muslim. Why do you think that Christians are not going to be eliminated? Why do you think so? Because this is anti-Christian government. That is the reason why he has the audacity to call the movement that is calling for better deal for everybody in Nigeria, including Muslim and Christians. He called them terrorists. That's what Tinubu did. Because these are the group of people who will be committing crime, and they will be calling other people criminals. That's what Tinubu is doing. The old man, when you see him, you will think he does not know what he's doing, but he knows exactly what he is doing. The nepotism in Nigeria has been eaten deep, has been eating the fabric of the country deep. When another Muslim go there, they pack all their brothers, their criminals, incompetent criminals, and put into the position around them, so that each and every sector in Nigeria will be stolen and they will be justified, because it's not about signing off, no problem, as long as you are in charge. I put my people in charge so that my people will still with me. That's what they do in Nigeria government system, and we cannot see it because we are tribal bigots. All of you who are, when you look at the problem you see is tribe. It is Igbo. It is Igbo problem. That is the reason why you see this guy here, Sanwo-Olu, the most stupid and the most, wicked, governor you have ever had in Nigeria. That is this guy. The most wicked and the most tribalistic government you have ever had in Nigeria, that is him. When you see him, you think he's a good guy. This guy is a beast. He is the most tribalistic government you have ever had in Nigeria. That's why he is doing what he's doing in Lagos. What he is doing in Lagos State, destroying the buildings and the houses belonging to the Christians. That's what he's doing. And people think it's all about it's all about illegal building, illegal structure. You cannot tell me that Sanwo-Olu came into power. Only Sanwo-Olu. And Sanwo-Olu singled out more than 2,753 buildings for demolition. That's what Sanwo-Olu did, is still doing. And all these buildings that have been demolished, right? All these buildings, they belong to Christians. They belong to mostly Igbos. Those are the buildings that Sanwo-Olu is demolishing. Why is he demolishing those buildings? Because he wants to mitigate the Igbo domination in Lagos. Yet these are tribalistic, government who are up rolling when you say we don't want one Nigeria. They insist that it is going to be one Nigeria, yet they are basically, tribalistic. Why would you be tribalistic, yet you are clamoring for everyone to become one in Nigeria? People who say they don't want to be part of this one Nigeria, you are basically forcing them to be part of Nigeria, yet you are destroying every effort that they have put together in order to survive. You have denying them access to being the number one citizen of Nigeria prior to the time of independence. You deprive them the position of leadership in Nigeria, yet you are forcing them to be one Nigeria. How can that be? Now you want to tell me that all these buildings that this guy is demolishing, the most youngest and the most stupid governor you have ever had in Nigeria, the most youngest, the most stupid, stupid and the most tribalistic governor you have ever had in Nigeria. That is this guy here. Because he knows his people mostly are not into business of, estate or real estate. It is mostly the Igbo people. You see the beautiful houses that were being demolished in Lagos. You ask yourself, had it been that this guy never had the opportunity to be in a governorship position or had access because of his corruption to be a leader in Nigeria, do you think he will ever afford to build such, those type of buildings that he's demolishing in Lagos? He will never. He can never afford it. It is politics that makes them look great. These are a bunch of poor people that cannot even, figure it out. But because they are corrupt enough to be in the position of leadership, they have to now oppress the ordinary people because of their tribal issues. Tribal issues. That's why when you talk to a Yoruba man, he tell you Igbo man is his problem. That's what they do. Igbo man is their problem, but a Yoruba man is in the office. Igbo man is the problem of Nigeria, but Tinubu is the Yoruba man in the office. You don't want Igbo man in Lagos. Igbo people are domineering. They are dominating Lagos, but you want one Nigeria. You do not want Igbo man in Lagos, but you want one Nigeria. Because Igbo man is done now building and, building Lagos and establishing, their lives in Lagos. Now you don't want Igbo man in Lagos. You are claiming to the Lagos belong to Yoruba people. Lagos belong to nobody. As long as there is still one Nigeria. The seaport in Lagos was built with Nigerian money. The international airport in Lagos was built with Nigerian money. Every infrastructure development that is built in Lagos or you have in Lagos is built with Nigerian money. Lagos is not the land belonging to Igbo. Yes, we concur. But it is only when we agree that we are not one Nigeria that's when it will be official. But as long as you still insist that one Nigeria is a way to go, Lagos belongs to no one. No part of Nigeria belongs to anybody until you decide that everyone is going on their own way. You cannot tell me that Lagos belongs to you because you use Nigerian money to develop Lagos. Now, Igbo people are the problem of Nigeria. Think about it. Igbo people are the problem of Nigeria. Everywhere you go, they will be calling Igbos. Bini people will be calling Igbos. Everyone Igbos, but Igbo people has never been a president in Nigeria to be the problem of Nigeria. Can't you see that? These people are so tribalistic that they are so jealous about the Igbo people that they cannot even see their problems. Look at it. The first citizen of Nigeria is a Yoruba man, Tinubu. The central bank governor is a Yoruba man, Kedeso Olayemi. Yoruba man. Yet they say the Igbo people are the problem. EFCC chairman, Mr. Ola, is a Yoruba man. Finance minister, Adebayo is a Yoruba man. Petroleum minister is Tinubu himself. Tinubu is not just a president, but he is a petroleum minister. You know why? Because Tinubu controls petroleums and oil in Nigeria. Are you aware that Tinubu himself have 17 oil wells in Niger Delta? 17 oil wells in Niger Delta. Tinubu himself has that. Tinubu have oil refinery in Malta. These are the people who don't believe in Nigeria, but they believe in being the leader of leaders in Nigeria. They believe in stealing the resources that is coming out of Nigeria, but they don't believe in Nigeria. That's why the refineries you have in Nigeria is not working until Dangote built one. Tinubu took his refinery to Malta. And now all the crude oils are going through that Malta. He removed subsidy and he is now giving himself that subsidy indirectly. They have dominated the oil sector in Nigeria. That's why he has to make himself Minister of Petroleum as well as the President of Nigeria. Where does this type of things happen? Only in the zoo. This type of things only occur in a zoo, animal kingdom. That's where you will see a sitting president being a minister as well. A sitting president and a minister. Power intoxication. And we are looking at it, we are not saying anything. A president and a minister of petroleum, 17 oil wells in Niger Delta. Yes, the people of Niger Delta cannot even have a clean water because their water and their land is being polluted by the oil spillage. Yet one person has 17 oil wells in Niger Delta. This is the same man that is calling people terrorists when they call for a better deal. Who gave him the money or assets to go and own an oil well in Niger Delta? 17 of them. This is in Biafra land. No one is demolishing the oil well. No one is talking about the oil well. But the ordinary building that an Igbo man owns in Lagos is being demolished because Igbo man is not part of Nigeria. Now let Igbo man go. You cannot. That is ironic. But I blame all these so-called criminals, all these criminals, not so-called, all these so-called leaders of Igbo land. I blame them. Because these people cannot represent the Igbo land. The only thing they are looking for is power. The only thing they look for is power. How can this one man own 17 oil wells in Niger Delta? This same man is backing up this guy to basically destroy the houses belonging to Igbos. The lands where these houses are built was sold to Igbos. They were not stolen by the Igbos, right? The government of the day was watching when all these things are happening. Government of the day did not say anything. Government of the day saw the foundation, from the foundation level to lintel level. Government of the day did not say anything. From the lintel level to decking, government of the day did not do anything. Until these people completed their building, painted it, moved in. That's when government of the day start issuing notice. Government of the day, Sanwo-Olu, he demolished 17 buildings without even giving them notice in Lagos State. 17 buildings without giving them notice in Lagos State. That's what this guy did. The youngest criminals as a governor in Nigeria. Tribal bigot who deserve to be arrested internationally. What they do is embezzle Nigerian, fortune, making fortune out of Nigeria. Because leadership runs in their vein, according to them. Leadership runs in their vein. It is you move from one criminal to another criminal. And this same criminal, when you call for a better deal, they tell you that you are a terrorist. That's why this old man who rigged the election in 2023 is telling us that we are terrorists because we are calling for a better deal for Nigeria. That's why this old man who is stealing Nigerian money, who took away the subsidy and giving it to himself, and imposing tax on ordinary people who are already constrained, their pocket is already constrained by all this petrol price and the cost of living being high and all this inflation, is imposing tax, introducing monetary policies against these people. We own 17 oil wells in Niger Delta. $17 oil well in Niger Delta. All the people that this guy employed in a strategic position, let's call it, that's why this man, he is a petroleum minister, president, a minister of petroleum. Where does this happen? Is there no other person that can take the position of minister of petroleum because he owns the monopoly? Have you seen the reason why there was back and forth with even Dangote? I know that one is also a thief himself. You saw the back and forth because who will dominate the oil sector? Dangote, where he come from, does not have oil. Tinubu, where he come from, does not have oil. But they are dominating oil sector. Yet when you ask the Yoruba people, they will tell you Igbo people are domineering. How is Igbo people domineering? If you ask a Fulani man, they will tell you Igbo people are domineering. But oil sector is being dominated by Fulanis and Yorubas. Oil sector. Now, the Minister of Internal Affairs, Tunji, is a Yoruba man. The Minister of Custom is Adeniyi, a Yoruba man. The Minister of Federal Inland Revenue, Yoruba man. Chief of Army Staff, Yoruba man. Police, Inspector, Yoruba man. Attorney General, Yoruba man. Immigration or Consular General, Yoruba man. Trade and Industry, Yoruba man. These are the people who are running Nigeria day-to-day activities. But when you ask a Yoruba person in Lagos or Benin man, they will tell you Igbos are the problem of Nigeria. Because these Yoruba people that are in power are paying criminals who does not have job to be in the media space and basically disseminating, wrong information about the Igbos. That's what they do. To tell the world that Igbo man is the problem of Nigeria. Even when Igbo man has never been a leader in Nigeria. Nepotism taken too far. All the strategic positions are occupied by a Yoruba man, yet we are actually talking about the problem of Nigeria. When Fulani man, the previous Fulani man who died in 2017, later resurrected and become the president of Nigeria for 6 years, because the 250 million people are morons. And he led you for 6 years. After 2 years, just was as it was said by Nnamdi Kanu. The man died again. We saw that happen. Anything can happen in Nigeria before our very own eyes. We cannot say anything because we are docile. We are docile. What you are looking for is a trend. Who is trending? What is trending? Gossip. That's what all of you are looking for in Nigeria. Sometimes you find out that almost all of you who are there, what is going on there is you are part and parcel of it. Because you are looking for trend, gossip. Who is rich? Who is richer than who? When there is no lifestyle audit conducted in Nigeria, you will find out that the day a lifestyle audit is conducted in Nigeria, you find out that all these people you see as rich people are all criminals. Connected to politicians. Because politicians makes them rich. These are, most of them are people who launder money for politicians. In the name of we are doing business. There is no lifestyle audit. Because there is no government. What we get ourselves into is continuously, it's all about which ethnicity, who is he, which tribe. We will continue to do tribe because we cannot transcend this tribal bigotry. We will never ever have a better deal in Nigeria because the people that you use because of your tribe, it's my tribal chief, chief's man, it's my tribal man. He cannot, it's our turn. And you allow criminal to occupy the position of leadership. And in the name of it's our turn. At the end of the day, you will be dealt with. Chibuike Amechi opened his mouth to tell you that they are criminals. Chibuike Amechi, a politician, a former governor, opened his mouth to tell you that they are criminals. And you are the problem because you cannot chase these criminals away because they are few in number. He said that you can chase these people away if you want because they are few in number. Including himself, because he counted himself as the one of the criminals, because he was a governor. That's what Chibuike Amechi said to us. The post is my page. Facebook does not allow those type of things, when we, give it some spices to, move forward. But I don't need to sugarcoat the way it pains me for me to get views on Facebook. It is important that we speak it the way it is. These people are criminals. A terrorist organization leading Nigeria, declared by international body, is now calling an organization that is calling for freedom of the people. It's calling them terrorists. That's what Tinubu said. There was a claim that was made whether or not Tinubu has dominated the oil sector in Nigeria. And later a fact check was done. That claim was made by a northern Nigeria. The Fulani man And after a fact check was done and they found out that it was the truth, that's where they made it open that this guy have 17 oil wells in Niger Delta. And this guy, they have taken over Owando. That this guy is operating his refinery from Malta. It is being run by his family members. So Nigeria, as it is, belongs to this guy. Do you know how much Nigeria is worth? Nigeria is a rich country. Nigeria is richer than every country you see in Europe. Every country you see in Europe. Nigeria is, richer than all of them. No country in Europe is richer than Nigeria. But every country in Europe is more advanced and developed than Nigeria. Nigeria is not even advanced, it's not even developed. You cannot even compare Nigeria with technological advancement with their European counterpart. Yet these European nations, they don't have the resources Nigeria possesses. Because you love your criminals. No, it is our criminals. When you put your criminal, they select their fellow criminals, incompetent criminals. Had it been that these criminals that you are selecting into the leadership position, had it been that they are competent, whilst they are stealing, they are boosting the economy so that you will not know that they are stealing, it will be a different case. But these are outrightly criminals that steal without even thinking about the consequences. Because there is no consequences. That's why a monkey will take, or baboon will swallow money. And is it a snake swallow money also? That is in Nigeria, animal kingdom. And the people of Nigeria will look at it and they believe it. What can they do? Because they don't understand that the government is made by them. Power belongs to the people. What is democracy without the people? They force down your throat, they force Tinubu down your throat. You made peace with it. You give it 4 years. 4 years, he will be there for 8 years. Peter Obi still think he will be a leader in Nigeria. He's wasting his time. He's not going to be a leader in Nigeria. He's just wasting his time. And I believe they are using him. They are using him to make you believe that there is still hope. There is no fucking hope in Nigeria. Stop making him, stop believing that guy. That guy is already rich. Peter Obi is fucking rich. So there is no damn way that you will continue to believe him that there will be hope for Nigeria. Because he wants to be a president, to be more rich. There is no hope. They will never make him a president. So even if he does that, I will be a president. Every 4 years, I want to be a president. Every 4 years, there is still hope for Nigeria. So that the moronic youth will continue to say, no, we still have hope. We still have hope. Instead of rising up and take your country. Instead of rising up and take what belongs to you. Nepal did it. Did heaven fall? No. Philippines did it. The president think he can bring heaven down. They now overrun it and took over the street. Nepal did it. They were actually, attacked by the government. What did they do? They intensify. Because the kingdom of God suffers violence, but the violent people take it by force. It is your right for freedom of movement. It is your right to freedom of association. It is your right for peaceful gathering. But peaceful gathering that can boycott everything that you don't want in Nigeria because you are under democratic dispensation, so you can boycott. as long as you do it the peaceful way. But if the government want to be violent, that's when you will tell them that they don't own you. You place them there to manage the resources that belongs to you because it is equal share. Everyone has equal share in Nigeria. But the fact that you gave these people, these few individual criminal syndicates, you gave them the power to rule over you. They will actually talk one thing. When they switch party, they will now start speaking differently, contradicting what they've said before, actually confessing that they were criminals. And you will not take it seriously. And you want a better deal for yourself. You want all this japa to stop. You want people to stop dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Actually, the parents of, our parents of these days, those are the people who are supposed to step out to the street and actually start that revolution. Because they have watched it happen. They are one of those. The parents of this generation. Oh, don't go out. Oh, don't join them. Oh, they will kill you. Oh, they will kill you. But they claim they are Christian. They don't read in the Bible that those who try to fight to protect their life, they lose it. But those who are not scared to lose it, they will actually be saved. They don't read it. Those are the things that, those are the type of Christian you find in Nigeria. You will be there. You will be suffering one sickness to another. That's what they do to you. Because there is no hospital. These people, they steal your money, they will not build a hospital. Hospital that if you will take care of them, they will not build. Why do you think they will build the ones that will take care of the poor? Because they can't build the one that will take care of them. These people, the day they start, the day you chase these people out of Nigeria, people in outside Nigeria will wait for them. That is one thing that they don't understand that is about this revolution in Nigeria that will take place one day. They will not have anywhere to run. Because they will not be running like a president anymore. They will be running like criminals when you chase them out of Nigeria. Because you put them there. You have the right and the power to chase them out. That is it. These people will never do anything good that will favor you or that will make your life livable. They will never. They will never. These are people who does not have a heart. These people are actually evil people. That's why every time, the Igbos in Lagos, I don't know why, but I wouldn't blame them. The way these guys demolished the properties in Nigeria, in Lagos, property that this guy will never afford if he was not opportune to be in political space. He will never afford such properties. He will never. And if you want to tell me that his grandfather or his father is rich, it is rich because the money stolen from politics. Because that is one thing that you people don't actually put into account or into consideration. Their grandfather is rich, their father is rich. Where did they get the money from? What business were they doing from, to make them rich? What business did they do to make them rich? They stole it from politics from the time you never even, expected. That's why they found themselves being recycled back into that political space. Because that's where their source of, criminality is. But they will destroy the homes of people. People who are suffering, struggling to make ends meet. Stop that building before they build it. Why don't you demolish it before they develop the land? Stop those conveyors, the estate agents, stop them from selling these lands. No, you can't. You are not proactive. You are reactive. If we assume that those places are illegal structures, they're not supposed to have buildings there. Why can't you be proactive when these structures or the lands are mapped out for selling and being cleared? Why can't you stop it? You allow someone to collect money and then go. They collect their money selling the land and they disappear. And the same person is coming from probably government or agents. They sell those land. You come back, you demolish the structures in the name of its illegal structure. And now you resell the land or you repurpose the land in order to favor the government. And to scuttle the chances of Igbos being successful. That's what they do. It is the duty of the government to be reactive, not, to be proactive, not reactive. So we have seen all these things. That is the reason why we say that Biafra is the only way to go. I, as a person, as an entrepreneur, I love the way Nigeria is as the number, because the number is very important in consumption and the production. That's why China is leading the world economy after America today. Because the number is very important. But in a situation whereby the number is no longer important because the number is tribalistic, in a situation where the government of the day is not doing anything to make use of that number in order to build the best economy, what are you going to do? You try to, basically find a way to diversify. And the only way we can diversify is to make sure that we move away from that system that selects criminals and heartless people to be in position of power in order to create our own system that will make use of what we have and utilize it to better the life of ordinary people on the ground. That's actually our own. Because so many of you illiterate will believe or think that because we are looking for Biafra, why? Because we don't like other people. No, we love the number Nigeria possesses. But there is no leadership that actually makes use of that number positively. Instead, they are exploiting that number. So instead of we watching and being in the water and the soap is actually burning our eyes, it is better we go out of water because we might end up drowning. That is it. And those of you who believe that Biafra land is landlocked, Biafra land is not landlocked. Biafra land is not landlocked, or in fact, Igbo land is not landlocked. Because they keep on telling us that Igbo land is landlocked, because I have gone to see basically the map. I have checked the map and found out that the Igbo land is not landlocked. But they keep on telling us that Igbo land is landlocked. Now let me show you. Are you aware that the distance from River Niger, from Onitsha River, the distance from that to Gulf of Guinea is only 254 kilometers. 250 kilometers. If I want to be, specific, accurate, I will say 250.45 kilometers. The distance from River Niger, from Onitsha to Gulf of Guinea is 250 kilometers. And it is 134 nautical miles. So why would you say we are landlocked? Let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you. Because what they do is they sell lies to us. That's what they do. They sell lies to us in order to make you believe that you cannot do without them. We can do without them. Even if the people of, some people of Niger Delta or all these people in those river right area decide that no, we don't want Biafra. Even the 5 states of Igbo land will still survive because we still have access to international water. We still have access to international water. Just 250 miles. It is not even 2 hours. 2 hours you get to Gulf of Guinea. Let's do the measurement. Let's do the measurement and the math. I am going to basically turn my camera upside down so that we can do the measurement and the math. Because, you know, because we are ill-informed about this, they keep on lying to us about it. Now, let me show you from the map. Look, pay very good attention to this. Pay very good attention. This is the map, right? So this is the map. Let's look at the map here. This is Onitsha, right? In this map. Now let's measure the distance from Onitsha to Gulf of Guinea. This line you see here, is River Niger, right? Now let me show you. The line you see here is River Niger. River Niger enters Warri. It goes into Warri. It goes into Bayelsa. River Niger passed through Bayelsa. Right? Now, the same River Niger go to Bomadi. It is the same water. Right? Taking it straight. This is Gulf of Guinea. Now let's measure the distance. If we want to make use of Bayelsa or Yenagoa, you find out that the water here, we measure it, we bring it to join Akasa. Akasa. How many kilometers is here? How many kilometers? 226.99 kilometers is approximately 136 nautical miles. Now look at it. Let's take it through to Warri. To get to Warri is 139 kilometers. From Warri, we go through Burutu. Now, straight to the Gulf of Guinea. How many? 196. Again. So, if I want to run it straight from Onitsha into the Gulf of Guinea, it's 246. I was actually overestimating to 250. So we are not landlocked. We are not landlocked. River Niger can take us to anywhere we want. We just need to. When we come down, towards this area, we just need to have a good relationship with the people of Bayelsa. Even if they don't want to go with us. We dredge this River Niger. We get to look at it. This is Gulf of Guinea. Do you see it? We get to Gulf of Guinea. We are sorted. So, it is the laziness of the people who will, or politicians who will be lying to you and be telling you that we are landlocked. We are not. We are not landlocked. We have access to international water. We do. It's not far. So the truth of this issue is that we are being brainwashed that we cannot stay on our own. And some of these politicians are illiterate because they don't know these things. They don't know nothing. All they do is that we were told. We were told. That's why because they are your governor, you think they are intelligent, or you think they are educated. No, these are illiterate. Or once you see doctor or professor behind their name, you think they are intelligent. No. Some of them bought these doctors and they bought these professors. If they are doctors and professors, why is things not moving? Even where they are being, the #1 citizen of that state. Why are things actually, why is there no infrastructural development? They go to abroad. They go to Europe, they see the infrastructure, they see how things are done. Why are they not emulating? Why are they not bringing it back home? Because they are dumb. These are illiterate. These are people whom their mind is conditioned. There is no one who will be Nigeria president that is a vibrant and a competent person to be in the office of leadership. The system will never select that person because the system is created to make sure they select criminals and the people who will collapse the people and the people who will make sure that you are not empowered. Those are the people the system is selecting. Look at this man. In your whole world, in your whole wide world, you would think that this man, the time he was even peeing on his clothes, that's when you put him in the position of leadership. What do you put him there to do? What? If I may ask, what did you put him there to do? There is a proposal that his son will be the Lagos State governor after this one. Tinubu dynasty. The wife is a senator, right? Nigeria is a joke. And the people of Nigeria are jokers. Because you cannot see what we have seen. Nnamdi Kanu is held in a solitary confinement because criminal judges who are presiding over the case cannot actually deliver judgment without the interference of the state, of the executive. Why are you judge, for goodness sake? A judge who wants to... This is the reason why... This is the difference between black people and white people. Because a white person wants reputation. A black person wants riches. Easier for ego. The judges in Nigeria, they don't want reputation. They just want money and position. These are criminal, incompetent judges whom, if you do, competent test on them, you might find out that they are not qualified to be in the position where they occupy. Most of them, but they are called judges. They have no competency to occupy the position where they are. These are the people we find in the leadership position, our judges. That's why when you bring a case like this, a very simple case, instead of them dealing with these cases unbiased. Sorry. Hi. I'm away. Come. So, we take incompetent people into the position of authority. How do you think that we are going to make it? We are wasting our time, people of Nigeria. Until you transcend, this beyond this line of tribe, Yoruba people, Hausa people, because you are mostly affected. Yorubas, Hausas, you are mostly affected until you in fact, even Beninese, people of Benin. Until you transcend beyond this tribal, problem, tribal lines, you will never ever move forward. Your people will be dying in Libya and Mediterranean Sea just to get to Europe, a country that was built by another person. You will continue to die because you are, docile. You don't want to stand up and work your problem. You don't want to challenge those who are managing the space that you gave them. You don't want to stand up and ask them questions. You don't want to stand up and make sure things are working. No, you don't. Because you are docile. More than 230 million people. Less than 100,000 people are actually ruining their life, controlling it anyhow they want. If you speak, they take you and put you in jail. And they do it to one person, you think it's okay, it is Nnamdi Kanu. They did it to Nnamdi Kanu. It's an Igbo man, no problem. Igbo people are criminal, Igbo people are criminal. How many, all these Igbo, Yoruba people who occupy strategic position, both in immigration, EFCC, how many, check the numbers. Most people who are convicted are Yorubas. And our others. Igbo man is not the problem of Nigeria, right? Igbo man just need a safe environment to do their business. And they are not domineering. And we do not even want to be called domineering. That's why we want to be on our own. Igbo people express themselves wherever they go. Does not mean they want to take over. We express ourselves, we are free people. Right? Hausa people are feeling the heat. Hausa people are crying. But the Hausas, where are they today? The Hausas, dominated by the Fulanis. Yet Igbos are the ones domineering. Fulani even added their names to the, Hausa name, Hausa Fulani. Fulani has, Igbo people, Hausa people was actually totally emasculated. Today they are rising up slowly. Saying that same thing Nnamdi Kanu said that put him in a solitary confinement. They are rising up slowly and realizing it. Now, not to talk about the massacre of Christians. Now, let me tell you the kicker. You see the issue that we are talking about, killing of Christians in Nigeria that has reached international stage. Let me be honest with you, it is not going to favor anyone. If the US is saying that there is a killing of Christians in Nigeria, there is a killing of this, there is a killing of that, it isn't going to favor anyone, believe me, because it can give them access to invade Nigeria, just like they did to Libya. One thing is that those criminals who occupy the position of leadership, one thing they don't understand is that every day is for the thief, no, one day is for the owner. But now, the truth of the matter is that ordinary people don't care whether that Nigeria is turning to Libya, because Nigeria in their lives has been a Libya all this while. That's one thing. And I am not expecting freedom to come from any of these people, because they are the ones who created this issue that we are facing. Right? It was reported, a few months ago that America was paying money to Boko Haram. Right? US aid was paying money and sponsoring Boko Haram. It was reported, right? So Boko Haram are killing Christians, aided and abetted by the government of Nigeria. And the US is coming back to save the day. It is okay. Let them come in and save the day, because we are already Libya. So let us confirm it and gazette it that Nigeria is now worse than Libya. We are here watching. They don't want to do the right thing. They do not want to do the right thing. It's all about power intoxicated and criminality being used, because they will use you. The same people who are using you will eventually dump and abuse you. France is using this old man. Then the West is going to come, the real West. Because when we look at it, the Northwest are using you. The real West is going to come. And they will now destroy everything. And no one should think it is going to work in their favor. No. But I would love that reset. That reset is the only way we can learn. And we will learn the hard way. The reset it will bring is the way we will learn and learn the hard way. Until we meet again. Keep that in your heart all the time. Keep it in your heart at all time. Because what you cannot, if you cannot fix it by yourself, waiting for someone to come and fix it for you, they will fix it with a price. And that price, you will never finish paying it. And that is the same price that Nigeria is still paying. That's why they have to put criminals in the position of leadership so that that price will be paid. Because if they put a novice who does not understand the price, they will now start challenging. You see how Burkina Faso took their power by force. Today, Burkina Faso actually rejected ICC. And you know the reason why they rejected it, because they are moving into a strategic position. And I love that. And it is not something I will come and start saying here. But because they are moving into a strategic position, that's why they have to reject ICC. And that is what every African countries that know what they are doing and know their future and know exactly what is their limitation should do. But you don't know. Because when it comes to world politics, all your leaders are just criminals who does not understand from their left from their right. The only thing they know is that money, the number of money in their pocket. They cannot even pronounce it on paper, but they can just count it in real life. If you write it on paper, they can't read it out. You saw the senator president or senate president, what he couldn't even read it out. But to steal it is easy. That's the only thing the people you put in position of leadership does. But that's by the way. Keep on keeping on. You will say that we told you. The same way you are saying in Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu told you everything you are seeing today. But we are refining it. We are updating you more. More is to come. It is already been discussed in Parliament in the US that Christians are being persecuted, right? All right, we will see where it will go. And bye for now.